Is BTS concert really the most watched by idols? Part 2. Do you know which idols showed up at BTS's ARIRANG concert? Why are artists from completely different worlds showing up at BTS concerts? Not just idols, but producers, hip-hop artists, even actors. When names like Peak Boy, Paul Blanco, Epic High, and Park Hyung-sik show up, this is no longer just hype. Something deeper is pulling them in. These artists don't share the same path. Some are idols, some are independent musicians, some have moved into acting. Yet they all choose to sit in the same audience. That alone tells you this isn't about trends, it's about what BTS represents. Because at this point, BTS is not just a successful group, they are a reference point. Not just for how to perform, but for how to build something that lasts in an industry where most things don't. When idols look at Jungkook, they're not just seeing talent, they're seeing consistency. From debut to now, there are almost no gaps in his standard. In a fast-moving industry, maintaining that level over time is harder than reaching it once. With Jimin, what stands out is evolution. He doesn't stay in one style. He adjusts, refines, and reshapes his performance depending on the concept. That ability to adapt without losing identity is what keeps an artist relevant. And then there's V. He represents something rarer, identity. While trends shift constantly, his artistic tone remains recognizable. That consistency and identity is what builds long-term connection with audiences. Put those three together, and you don't just get skill, you get a framework. Consistency, adaptability, and identity working at the same time. That's not easy to replicate, and idols know it. Then the rest of BTS completes that system. J-Hope brings structure and rhythm. RM shapes direction and message. Suga grounds everything with authenticity. Jin stabilizes the emotional tone. Every role is defined. That's why artists like Peak Boy, Paul Blanco, or Epic High don't show up randomly. They're not just watching songs. They're observing a system that works repeatedly at the highest level. What BTS represents goes beyond performance. It's the discipline behind years of training, the narrative built through real struggles and growth, and the credibility they've earned by proving themselves over time. What people often overlook is the level of discipline behind BTS. This is not just about practice hours. It's about sustaining that level every single day for years. The consistency you see on stage is the result of repetition, pressure, and standards that don't drop. And that kind of discipline is something other idols immediately recognize. Then there's the narrative. BTS didn't emerge from a position of dominance. Their rise came through uncertainty, setbacks, and constant doubt. What makes their story different is not just success, but the path it took to get there. That journey is visible in their music, their lyrics, and the way they connect with audiences. And over time, that builds credibility, not just with fans, but across the entire industry. BTS has been recognized on global stages, acknowledged by leaders and institutions, and awarded for both their artistic impact and cultural contribution. That kind of recognition is rare, and it changes how other artists perceive them. This didn't happen overnight. It was built step by step. Every stage, every release, every tour adding to the same direction. Not chasing attention, but building trust. And that combination is what makes the difference. Discipline keeps the standard high. Narrative keeps people invested. Credibility keeps the industry watching. That's what turns popularity into influence. So when you look at the full picture, it becomes even clearer. From TXT 80s, Stray Kids in Hypin, 17, to Ella Seraphim, Boy Next Door, TWSIVE, with Jang Won-young alongside Baby Monster and IU, and continuing with Peak Boy, Paul Blanco, Black Swan, Epic High, Park Hyung-sik, Yim Si-won, Kim Mingyu, and Soo Minghao. This is not a coincidence. This is a cross-generation, cross-industry presence gathering in one place. At this point, BTS concerts are not just concerts. They're live case studies. What happens on stage is performance. But what happens in the audience is observation, analysis, and learning. And that might be the real reason artists keep showing up. Not just as fans, but as students.